gets angry first?
Who gets angry first or the most? Who gets which would
Either
be
one
better?
is you.
Don't stop, cause we can. Hi, family. We're so glad you're here. If you remember, a couple of months ago, we went on our anniversary trip to Jamaica and we had a really good time.
Yes.
And so today we just wanted to, share some recaps on that of, how we enjoyed it and then talk about some other things that are going on in our lives at this time. So, what was one of the most memorable moments for you in Jamaica?
Well, I think one of the most memorable moments for me was when I did the karaoke night.
Oh, right, right.
Remember? And then,
I remember the guy saying, "Sing, Brian."
yeah, yeah, they enjoyed it a lot. And then we tried to do a little video with it. Remember? Do a little video. Like,
On the beach.
right.
And what y'all don't see on the video is that I was fussing at him the whole time because I just wanted to stroll nicely across the beach, hand in hand strolling. But my husband was making this whole
I was trying to get a video out of the karaoke night where we could do a little bit of the karaoke song and do the video with it since we
And he was, "Bert, stand here now. Put your arms out here and stand over here." I was like, "I just want to walk. I just want to walk." So we're on the beach fussing over, "Would you do it like I said?" And I'm like, "Well, this is the way I want it." So
it turned out nice. Though.
It really did.
If you see the video, it turned out nice, even the way I set it up. So
It did.
I got
It
some
did.
talent with that. So
Yeah, it turned out really nice. And the fact that when he did his karaoke, the gentleman shouted out, "Sing, Brian," and you have the one of the guys that was there who was Jamaican. He was, "Yeah, man," and I said, so he gave us a authentic feel of of being in Jamaica. But that was really fun. He wanted me to sing with him karaoke night, but I get nervous, so I didn't sing. And but he did a good job, and I was trying to film it. I was a little shaky, but I was trying to film it. But he did really a good job doing the karaoke. But the whole trip was fun for us, and we thought it was going to rain. It didn't rain, thank God, but we were able to do a lot of things just right there on the resort. We did the adult pool. They had the karaoke night. They had the piano night, and that guy, what did you say? He could play the piano real good.
and I asked him. I said, I said, "How long you been playing the piano?" He looked at me and said, "I play the saxophone." I said, the horn or something like that." I said, "The horn? You play the piano so good? What, you mean something? You really mainly a horn player?" He was like, "Yup."
Yeah, that was strange. So, because he was excellent
On the piano.
on the piano. He was playing one song that my daughter sings. In fact, when the girl was singing it, I had turned the camera around. I said to my daughter, "I wish you were here," because he kept asking people to come up and sing. But he was really, really good. So we enjoyed him. And then there's a part on the film. There was a band there, and it wasn't drums like you would see normal drums. I forget what they called those.
Yeah, but it kind of like made a music on it.
Yeah, and they were playing and dancing, and I wanted to capture them, which we did at the end of the video. They were really, really good. We enjoyed them. They had a couple of shows there in the theater that we enjoyed. One night was like a Motown. They did a whole bunch of different songs. So we enjoyed that. And then just walking around, it really was a beautiful place. It was, again, about 45 minutes away from Montego Bay. So if we wanted to do things on the outskirts, the ATVs and all those things I was hoping I would do, they were too far away. So we didn't do them. And also because we thought it was going to rain. But we
I think I
enjoyed
think
it.
we really enjoyed it because I think it was the first long trip that we've been on by ourselves. It was just me and her, not no kids or nothing. Just me and her. We got a chance to kind of enjoy each other.
Just the two of us, which brings us to this stage in our lives. We are on the cusp of being empty nesters. Our youngest son is 19. Come March, he'll be 20, and he's in his second year of college. So we don't have any babies anymore to look after. So we're in this, and my husband likes to say we're in the
I say
fourth
the
quarter.
fourth quarter, but she think that's too.
That's too old. We're not in the fourth quarter.
But
In the third quarter, which brings us more to trying to enjoy our lives now that our children are adults, learning to rekindle our relationship and build on our relationship. To get out together and do more things together. And we had mentioned that we haven't traveled a lot in the past, but we're hoping to in this coming year to do more traveling, to just really take time to get away
Right.
and be with each other. Um, I don't know what we have planned next, but we do, want to get out and do some more things. Right now in this so-called fourth quarter of our lives, we're learning to be parents in this stage, parents of adult children. And some of the things that we've learned in the last couple of years is how to let go in a sense, not completely because we'll always be parents.
Yeah, I mean, you always love the kids, even though they get grown, they live their own lives. But you always, they're always on your mind about as far as what they're doing or what they're into. But
Right.
but we've learned to have a distance as far as being into their their business and things
Their
like that.
lives, yeah.
Right.
And sometimes, I don't know how it is for a father, but I know sometimes it's hard for a mother to kind of cut the strings. But you learn that when they're adults, just like, when I was coming up and became an adult, they want to live their own lives. They want to make their own decisions. They want to make their own mistakes, But as mom and dad, you always feel like you have to guide them and direct them. You have to be there to catch them if they fall, or if you see them with what looks like they're going in the wrong direction, you always feel like you got to warn them or stop them. And sometimes they just have to make their own decisions. And we're learning to let them make their decisions, to love them at this stage as adults, and to be proud of where we have brought them to, at this stage, that they are, making good decisions, or we're proud of that, right? I think when we rear from that, because in the last couple of years, we did have a situation, nothing, terrible, but just where, and I'll say for me, where I guess maybe I was too much into my children's lives, and it can cause disruption, where if they become resentful and I become resentful. And so when we've come back in these last couple of years, now I feel that our bond is stronger because now we're learning to respect each other in this stage of our lives. They still respect me as mom, but mom of an adult,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Don't you feel that way?
Yeah, man, we we were trying to go out a little more like with their family,
Mm.
you know, get together and have a good time, and we just have a good time.
Good time together, yeah. Like during the summer, we went quite a few places. We went bowling, where all of us got together and we bowled. And I forgot how fun bowling can be. We went bowling. We went skating. I think it was for your Father's Day as a gift from the kids to you to go. We went. We
Down the
went.
shore.
Yeah, we went down the shore. And just we have our children, they're adults, but then we have our grands,
Grandchildren.
yeah. And interacting with our grandchildren is almost like interacting with our kids all over again, And
They can go home.
there you go home. But also, I see my kids in my grandchildren. Like, my grandson, he's the spitting image of his mother. In fact, I feel like he pulled her eyes right out of her head and put them in. Doesn't he looks just like her. And then my two granddaughters, the way they're so wiry, they remind me of my middle daughter. It's just because she's the middle. Yeah, we have two middle kids. But they remind me of their mom, how she used to just be jumping around when she was little. She was always so wiry. So we're reliving through our grandchildren, which is good. And it always makes me think of your mother and father. I always call them my mom and papa. But when I would come over and I had my kids and they were little, the stage that they were in at that time, that's us, right? And you remember how your father would interact with the kids when they came over? He was always laid back though, wasn't
he? Yeah. But it's funny, because they had two girls.
They had two girls and one
boy.
Mm-hmm.
So, then Kristen and Nay was around the same age when they kind of was with each other.
Right, your two sisters.
Yeah, my two sisters.
Mm.
So they probably looked at it the same way, like
Yeah, like they're seeing
going through it
again the stage that we're in now.
Right.
And I don't know, when we came and we brought the kids, and it was always good to go and see my mom and pop. They were the older set, and it's like life is a circle, and now here we are, the older set, and we enjoy being with our children and with our grandchildren. But now it's time for us to really start getting into us.
Yeah, I mean, because right now, it's, at our age, we worry about our health and just, trying to live. Because people just steady leaving here, so we're trying to make the best of what we got right now
and enjoying each day. That's one of the things my husband always tells me, is to be mindful of enjoying, not just the moment but the day. Enjoying what we have, which is the basis of this channel that I have. Loving your life. And now we are learning to love our lives in this stage of our lives. Not so much as thinking about getting older, which we are. And, you'll see, if you look back at one of my videos, I have a video that says, you want to age well. We're at the stage now where you really do. You want to age well. And part of aging well is, sharing time with each other, taking your own personal time, doing self-care. I plan to do an upcoming video of self-care, showing some of the things that I've learned to do for myself, and also down the line for my husband. But, it's just, this is a whole new area, a whole new thing for us. So I guess it is like the next quarter,
we still trying to find certain things for us too, like to do, and to get out, and to where we can still enjoy ourselves, because so much is going on. You're almost scared to go out and have a good time because the world's been so crazy.
All the shootings and things like that. But if we stay cooped up, you just can't live like that. You have to get out. Just recently, we went to a show. We went to see Billy Ocean. I call him the old school king, R&B king. I really enjoyed it. And what I enjoyed about it is that it was mostly people like us, an older crowd. There might have been a few younger ones, but it was an older crowd. We didn't have no nonsense going on. We was able to enjoy Billy Ocean, and at his age, he still was able to sing, and I even went up to the stage. This is something I never do, but I went up to the stage like a groupie to try to touch him and all of that. But we just enjoyed it. It was just good getting out.
I wasn't trying to touch him.
He wasn't trying to touch him. but what did somebody say in the audience? One of the ladies shouted out, "Billy, I love you."
And the man said, "I love you too, Billy."
And the whole crowd just
he said, "Me too.
Me too." too, yeah. And so it was just enjoyable. You know, we're so again, that's just part of us learning to do things together. So we wanted to share that with all of you because we've been together 40 years, and sometimes people will say, well, you know, what keeps you going? And we talked about that in the other videos. It's just, you know, being together, respecting each other, loving each other, you know, continuing to do those things together that keep you together, you know, to keep
respecting each other's feelings.
Yeah.
Is a big point. You got to respect, you know, one another's feelings.
Yeah.
Just kind of always put the shoe on the other foot. You know, you just, I don't know, you don't want to make nobody unhappy because you don't want to be unhappy. You know? So you try to make the best out of your life.
And one thing we learned is that, like, Brian makes me happy, but I can't look to him for my happiness or to, you know, to keep me happy. You know, you got to be happy for yourself, you know, and vice versa. I can't, you know, he's happy with me, but he's got to be happy in his own self.
Right.
And then together we bring our happiness and we do things and, you know, try to keep our happiness, you know, going together. But I can't.
We support one another.
We support each other.
But you also got to find your own happiness.
Exactly, exactly. And then there's times when I got to let Brian be Brian. He's got to get out sometimes and do some things on his own. I personally, I keep him close. He's my husband and my friend. But it's times when he has to do things outside of me and times when I have to do things outside of him. I might go with my sister Laverne, or I might go out with my kids or my cousin Anita or something like that. And Brian has his cousin Teddy, and they, you know, go and do some things because there's times when, even though we're together, we need to be separate to kind of regroup, you know, and, you know, just to get apart for a minute, get some air, and then come back together.
Right, it makes it better when you kind of
get a little break,
and then come back. You don't want to stay together all the time. You need to get out from each other a little bit.
Right.
Then you can come back in and talk about your experience with, you know,
with somebody else.
Where you've been, and, you know, it just makes it all better.
It does. And it keeps it, you know, fresh and lively to, you know, get out and do some other things. So we're going to, you know, periodically we're going to come before you with different conversations, like today, you know, different topics, of course, just about, you know, our everyday lives or something we might be going through. We'll bring that conversation to you. If there's a topic that you would like to hear us talk about, please drop it in the comments, and then we can talk about it, you know. And then if there's some topics that other people are talking about, you'd like to see us talk about, good topics.
Or how to deal with certain situations, you know.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Good topics, and then we'll try to bring that to you. So now, in the atmosphere, I think out in the YouTube and Facebook and things like that, they have a little game where, you know, they say, you know, who did this first, who did that first. We're going to bring that to you in a few minutes, so stay tuned.
Who said I love you first? Who spends the most money? Who takes longer to get ready in the morning? Who is the life of the party? Who is the funniest? Who is more stubborn? Who is the most talented? Who gets angry first? Who says sorry first? Who is more romantic?
So that's all we have for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, be you, do you.
And love the life you live right now. Because that's all you got.